Alright, hello. Today we're making a very small video, or I'm hoping to be of a small video. I say that in every damn video, and every time it turns out longer than I anticipate. But anyhow, we're gonna be making a video over agents' abilities, which agents you should be looking at as a new player, which recommendations I would give you as an experienced player, for a new player, like who you should be playing, and possible changes to certain abilities that I feel could definitely be tweaked a bit. Alright, so first things first, abilities. So we got Luna here, which is arguably one of, if not the most popular agent pick by far. Like, I feel like she's the most played easily by a very fair margin. So as we can see, she's got her eating a corn dog ability, which whenever she eats it, she gains 2 health every time she does that animation, and she's got a very slow or low chance for it to be a very big recovery. As to what exactly that recovery is, I'm not too sure, but I do know it's pretty fatty. I've done it when I was like 80 and it brought me almost to full, so I think it's around 20 or something like that. I have no idea. But anyhow, when it comes to which operators or agents I would say you should play as a brand new player, Luna is definitely up there simply because of this ability right here. Whenever your HP falls to 30% or below, Luna enters a transfer state where a total of 40 HP is recovered over 5 seconds and her movement speed is increased for 10 seconds. This has saved my ass so many times as an aggressive player. I like to rush in there, kill everyone, and if I fail, then this ability always has my back. I can't stress enough how huge 40 HP recovered over 5 seconds is. Also, the movement speed increase just can get you out of a really tough situation very, very, very well. The only thing that's a little bit, on the down low, not too strong, is her corn dog ability. It's got a really long animation and you only heal 2 HP every time you do it. I feel like it should be up to 5 HP at least, solely because you're on a timer every single time, whenever you're playing the game. There's obviously a timer where you have to plant the bomb, defuse the bomb, yada yada. So doing this long of an animation only for 2 HP hardly seems worth it. Like, you're much better off just bandaging and whatnot. So I feel like this should definitely be up to 5. That being said, we could run into like some balancing issues as to how Luna is just gonna be an insane recovering monkey. Like, it's like a whole different topic that needs to be opened up, but I definitely feel this should get a buff. Now, Dimitri. Holy hell, is there not a stronger operator than this guy in my opinion, or agent. This man's is... holy fuck. So his signature is have a drink, he briefly increases movement speed. The amount of movement speed that you get from this, I'm not sure the exact numbers, but it's a very generous amount. You can easily get to spots where no one will expect you at the very beginning of a match if you just quickly run it down mid and get behind them like before they could even expect it. He is insanely strong, the strongest agent in my opinion by far, especially because of his lightning speed sniping and the fact that you get a free M24 at round 4. That just seems a little crazy to me, considering if you take something like like an MPX or an MP5 as a lepton, just something that you'll get at round 2, right? Like even a shotgun if you really wanted to. Anything that you could get at round 2 for a weapon means that you have a solid loadout for the rest of the game. So right here you'd be getting an MPX and then an M24 at round 4. So that's already 2 weapons that you get for free, meaning that you cannot spend money on weapons, or you can, but like it would be not very smart of you, right? Because now all of that money you're getting is solely being sunk into upgrades, equipment, tactics, stuff like that. You could sink all your money into that and just easily get your team steamrolling. And oh my god, this man is just super overpowered. If you're a new player, this is definitely a great pick, especially if you're trying to get into sniping. Starting to get the hang of sniping. The M24 is a very solid sniper rifle. I use it all the time, and it's easily my favorite, if not like my second favorite, right below the op. But okay, moving on. We got Soy. Soy is very, very strong. If you're into support, she is insanely fun. She's got a support mode. So her signature, she switches between three modes. She's got recovery mode, which basically just heals your teammate, whoever you put your drone on. You got armor recovery, which you put your drone on and friendly, and it repairs their armor. And then you got scan, which, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It scans for enemies. So you hold F in order to activate this ability. So right here it tells you, if a friendly's in range, you can activate your drone to heal them, repair their armor, or scan for enemies, yada yada. That's what I just explained. And this is the maintenance. It's basically, this is the repair armor, and this is the just health recovery and stuff like that. This character, if you're into support playing, if you play League of Legends and you find yourself playing support or whatever, if you're playing Counter-Strike and you're usually the one smoking off and, throwing flashes for your team, molotoving off stuff, like, whatever, this is the character for you. It is a very good pick. She does have a little bit of a learning curve, I want to say, switching between your drones, knowing exactly what mode you're going to be switching to whenever you flick the signature once is very important, I feel like, for a really good player. It does have a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of her, she is insanely disgusting if played correctly. Now, we got Lily. This is one of the weaker operators, but still a very solid one, solely for the reason that you can use your primary whenever you're downed. So a lot of people underestimate this, and a lot of people forget you have this, meaning if you get downed, it's not over yet. Stay behind the corner where they're forced to rush you, and when they do, you just spray them down with an MP5 or whatever, something that's very high damaging at close range. Whenever you do this, a lot of people will completely forget you have this ability and just completely get demolished, and you down them and kill them, and then you get revived by a teammate or you self-revive, whatever the case may be. She is very strong. Also, having 50% off on firearms and ammunition is so very fucking nasty. Like, this is just holy fuck. Something that I've been thinking is you can actually, if you have a really well coordinated team, you could drop all your money to Lily, and she can just drop you your weapons that you need and your ammo and yada yada. How that's gonna work exactly, it's gonna take a lot of coordination and a really good team and a really good player playing Lily to know like what needs to go where, how much money someone gave you, and what you can do with that money, yada yada. Now, her signature, I feel like, should be buffed a little bit. The fact that you have to do this long animation 3 times in order to only get 1% off the store is a little ridiculous in my opinion. Considering the animation is you throwing cash and it takes like a good minute, and you have to do it 3 times just to get 1%. I feel like it's a little meh. Like, you're almost never ever gonna get to 20%. That being said, I understand why it needs to be this way. Like, you already have a 50%, right? So if you get another 20 on top of that very easily, it's gonna be ridiculous. You're just gonna buy out the whole market for free. So I'm not sure how they could change this. I do feel like it needs to change. Maybe if you make it so that your whole team gets a discount, that'd be very good. It'd make this character a lot more played. She's definitely amongst the least popular when it comes to higher end play, and it just takes a lot of coordination in order to play her correctly between your teammates and stuff like that. So in group play, she's very strong, I feel like, but it's also like, why would you bring this character over someone like Tyrone, Soy, Dimitri, Like, I just feel like amongst her abilities, there's not much that she has going for her. So she could definitely use a buff in that regard. I'm not sure how they could do it though, because like these 2 abilities alone are already insanely strong. Just her signature feels a little whack. Moving on to Tyrone, this is another character that I heavily recommend if you're a brand new player. Tyrone's signature is Battle Cry. It greatly increases your recoil handling for 5 seconds, meaning that you can turn any weapon into a laser, including the AK-47, which is a very, very devastating rifle. He is insanely good at just hunkering down, taking people from a distance, and winning gunfights where he really shouldn't. Even if you have the height disadvantage, like someone's above you and stuff like that, you can very easily, hide behind the corner, pop this ability, and very quickly just get 3 headshots on someone and down him immediately. He is very strong, very good. Reviving an ally takes less time. That's also extremely useful, and he also revive at full health, meaning they don't have to sit there and bandage. They can just armor and they're good to go. And explosive damage is reduced, and melee attack damage will be reduced by 40. So people underestimate how good this is actually. Restored 10 HP continuously for 3 seconds and increased 20% movement speed. That's insanely strong. Like, people underestimate how strong that is. Like, you can read it alone just how strong this is. But, frag grenades and melee attack damage reduction means someone like Simon won't be that much of a threat for you whenever he's up close and personal. And it makes you very, very tanky. For example, if you're hiding behind something and you're trying to heal and they're chucking grenades at you, like, Tyrone is very good at living those situations and turning them around. He's a very good clutch meister if you're into that. Just like Luna is, because of this ability where she gains 30% HP or whatever, or 40 HP. Now, moving on to Young Sick, aka 02. He's extremely strong. He's very good. The fact that you get a scan bow at the start of round 2, it just means that you're going to be constantly providing your team with information. Your signature also scans the area for enemy presence within range. The range of this is a little small. Like, I feel like whenever you get the chance to use it, it's just like you're hiding behind the container and someone's across. So you can use it and then see where they're at, and then you have them pinged so you can get the advantage, swing the corner with full confidence of where they're at, and then, get a few cheeky headshots that you shouldn't be able to. And then you can also hack the zip lines, which exposes the enemies that use it. This isn't as useful. The fact that you can plant and defuse the seed faster than others, and hacking the seed so the area sets off a scan grenade against enemies responding to the seed, is really good. So the first part of this, the zipline thing, is kind of meh. Everything else is insanely strong. So this guy is just like your information gatherer. He's gonna be spamming boat for detection at round 2. He's very, very, very good. I don't really recommend him as a new player, considering you need to know what to do with these informational skills in order to actually, take full advantage of this guy. But the fact that you get the bow also makes it very like, a new player could pop off with this simply because you're providing so much information. In case you do not know, the bow, if you charge it enough, it will do a scanning like AoE. And doing that, reveals the enemies, it highlights them red, it lets you know exactly where they're at. That is insanely strong. It's very good. I feel like the bow should be kind of nerfed just because of how much information you can provide very quickly. It takes almost no time to charge that thing up, and you can spam it as much as you want. It's very, very good. Moving on to Jack. There's like the knockoff John Wick of this game. It's kind of hilarious. His signature is spin pistol. We immediately load the pistol with 7 rounds, which is this pistol. It's like his signature pistol. It is arguably the best pistol in the game. It does insane damage. Its rounds are a little small. It's only got 11 bullets if you have the upgraded mag, 8 if you have just a normal magazine. But the beauty of this is you're almost never gonna have 8. Because if you're thinking about Jack, you're thinking round 1. Round 1 is your strongest spike, meaning you don't have to pay for a pistol. You don't need to pay for ammo, considering that you can automatically reload your pistol without any ammo. And you see right here, it says starts round 1 with PV pistol, which is insanely strong. Landing a hit on the torso causes an intense stun. Like, this pistol just is absolutely devastating if you get hit by it. Lone Wolf makes it so this guy is also insanely good at, being the last alive, being a clutch pick, someone that can very easily take over a round from 1v3, 1v5. He could those are favorable odds for him, is what I meant to say. Recharging armor whenever a teammate dies is super strong, super good. I wouldn't really recommend this guy for newer players, just because you need to know what to upgrade with all the money that you're gonna have for spare, which I would heavily recommend into equipment, so that your teammates could have increased magazine size, yourself too, at round 1. Getting that 30 round Glock for your teammates is insanely strong. Like, it's just a spam fest. You win almost every fight with them. It's gross. So yeah, that Jack is insanely strong. I do think he's not on the strongest side, but he's definitely up there as one of the strongest, I feel like. Now Nikki. Nikki is easily the strongest, if not the second strongest, right next to Dimitri. So Nikki has coin flip, which is this is kind of whatever. It's more like a fun little gimmick. You can gamble 50 coins in order to either win, which you get 25, 100, or 1,000 if you're really lucky. It's like an RNG chance, or you lose 50. So, you know, it's like a little gamble that you can do every round. This could be huge. This could pop off. Like you could get 1,000 just randomly, and then all of a sudden you can buy an M24 at round 2 or some shit. You know, like, just she's very strong. She's insanely strong. But not only just for this reason, also for the fact that you can self heal yourself without having to have a self revive kit. Meaning every single time that you get downed, whoever downed you always has to put pressure to fully finish you, or you just get back up and become a threat again. Often this will lead people to, you know, put themselves in bad situations, even if they do finish you. If you have a teammate with you, usually their teammate will, or your teammate will kill them, you know, trade you kill for kill. Which it's very strong, and like downing her from a distance is just a terrible idea. She'll just hide and, you know, heal herself back up, and whenever you do pick yourself back up, you recover 80 HP over 8 seconds upon reviving, which is very strong. Like I cannot stress enough how strong this character is. She's definitely top 2 if not number 1 in terms of strength. Just these 2 abilities alone are what make her disgusting, and the ability to actually get money if you're lucky enough and, you know, get an insane amount of money in early rounds is also insanely good for you. Meaning that you can possibly like spam grenades, spam scan grenades, gas, you know, just, you know, become a support if you really wanted to. Or you could even just say fuck it and buy an M24 and stuff like that round 3. Like, she's very, very strong. Moving on to Simon, which I think is one of the weakest, although still insanely good. The main reason why I say he's one of the weakest is because his signature is kind of whatever. You know, you heal, and you heal even more whenever you melee, and also like you deal high damage for attack melee, and you receive an M4 shotgun. That's like the best part about him. You get a shotgun around 2, and you gain health whenever you incapacitate someone with a shotgun. This guy, that's why I say he's weak and strong at the same time. If you play him correctly, if you're running around with a shotgun 24/7 and you're just taking down people left and right, you will be unkillable. And also, the fact that you can hold F to loot an enemy for 40% of their coins and recover 50 HP is just holy fuck. You have no idea how devastating this will be for a team in round 3. Let's say you kill someone that is saving for an M24 for some reason, right? Which you should never do, by the way. If you kill someone that is saving up for something and you take 40% of their coins, yeah, you can already imagine how devastating that is. They just lose so much. They lose so much that this could just make a full round for you. You can go around looting literally everybody if you wanted to. And it's just so much money for you, and you just have so much income. Even if you don't spend it because you want to keep the shotgun or whatever, like you can still fund your teammates in terms of upgrading strategies, tactics, you know, equipment, whatever. He's really good. But the reason I say that he's kind of weak as well is because his knife licking ability is kind of whatever. You're almost never gonna be using this in terms of recovery. There will be select few times where you're like hiding behind somewhere and you're, you know, taking cover and you're just spamming this in order to heal somewhat. It's very good. Almost rarely will you ever get a melee kill with this guy. It does happen, for sure, it does happen. Like, it is within your best interest, like if you run out of ammo, to whip out your melee and go, you know, start swinging and heal afterwards. It's very good. But if you play this guy like, oh, you're just running at him, you know, rush B, fucking start meleeing everybody, you're almost never gonna get kills in anything, you're just gonna get killed. Really good players know to watch out for Simon and not get close, so they're always gonna be backpedaling, you know, spraying you with an SMG, and good luck living that. It's just gonna be very rough. So that's why you always need to take advantage of the fact that he gets an M4 super shotty at round 2. I feel like with shotguns, this guy is definitely disgusting. That is it in terms of, you know, what I recommend for a new player. So as summary, the ones I recommend for a brand new player are Luna, Dimitri, Soy, Tyrone, and Nikki. those are the 5 that I fully recommend for people. They're insanely strong, especially Luna, Tyrone, and Dimitri. I feel like these 3 should definitely be within your top 3 picks whenever you're a new player thinking of who to start playing. Like I said, for possible changes, maybe buff up the corn dog a little bit. Lily, change your money tosser a little bit just to be more impactful. And yeah, that's it. Those are the only 2 that I can think that are their abilities kind of whatever. Simon, his can be clutch. It could be maybe changed. I don't know. I feel like this ability is very hit or miss. It's either insanely OP and very good on certain situations, or it's completely useless and you never use it. I don't know. So take that with a grain of salt. I feel like his ability is strong, but it's also meh. But yeah. Sorry for stretching this video for 20 minutes again, but regardless, thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. I know I did just making the video. And all that good shit. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and peace.